everybody, and welcome to Western Oklahoma Sports Night with me, Chuck Ramsey, the Lawdog. And this stream is available on YouTube, Twitter X, and Facebook as well. Let's go ahead and check in with our broadcast here and a special interview I get to do here on Western Oklahoma Sports Night. It is Weatherford Lady Eagle softball player Kaitlyn Bryant, senior here in class of 2026, and also a commit to the Southern Nazarene University softball program. Kate, thank you so much for joining me today here on Western Oklahoma Sports Night. And as most people can tell by the background behind you, it's not nighttime, but we still call it Western Oklahoma Sports Night. And I was supposed to throw on, let me do so right now. A man of many hats. I put on my right media hat, but I had the good fortune to call a lot of your games throughout your high school career. I didn't get the opportunity to call your state championship season as a junior, but I did call this last senior season for you and your Lady Eagles teammates. But talk about, really what's going on with you. I apologize for missing your signing there at Weatherford High School, but tell me what all you have going on right now.
So right now, I don't really have any softball going on right now. It's pretty much our off season. But still working. I'm still giving lessons to little girls, which I really enjoy doing that. I'll run track in the spring, and then I'll go to SNU next fall. So I'm really excited for that.
Okay. And so you were recruited by head coach for the Crimson Storm. Are they the Crimson Storm?
Yes.
See, back in my days, when I went to Oklahoma City University and Southern Nazarene was a big rivalry for them. It was the Redskins, and which that's no more around really. But Coach Brian Madden recruited you. Talk about what led you to your decision and what made you decide to become a part of the Crimson Storm softball team.
I think for me, it was a pretty easy decision. I pretty much knew where I wanted to go going into the recruiting process. So for me, it was a pretty easy decision. As soon as I went to my first camp on campus, I kind of just knew that's where I wanted to go and where I think I needed to be. It's a community much like Weatherford. I just couldn't get myself to stay in Weatherford. I've been here my whole life, so I think that kind of played a big factor into it. But it's a beautiful campus. Just the way they carry themselves there is something that really also led me to that decision. But for me, it was a really easy decision.
Yeah, and I know former Weatherford Lady Eagle Jordan Hoffman is finishing out her basketball career there. There's been a host of Western Oklahoma kids who have gone to Southern Nazarene. And I think for somebody who wants to be in somewhat close proximity to home, but still have the access to things within Oklahoma City, I can see the draw. Well, so you committed a couple of weeks ago. You signed your letter of intent. Talk about the recruiting process that you underwent. How many times, how many coaches were giving you, calls or letters and things like that? What was the recruiting process like for you?
So I started kind of late. I joined the travel team I'm on now, which is heavy recruiting. I joined late, so I kind of got a late start on it, but my travel ball coach is actually one of the assistants at SNU. So that kind of led me to learn about that program more. But SNU was my first offer, and I took my first offer, if that tells you how easy of a decision it was for me. So that's I took my first offer.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and so then after that, it's probably just a matter of letting people know, hey, I've already committed.
Yeah. I know SWASU, Jessica Boone, tried to talk to me, I think the week after I committed.
Well,
so I committed September of my junior year.
Okay.
So
you knew going into it and your whole senior season, that was one thing that you didn't have to deal with.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, and what a career you've had at Weatherford, and some highs and some lows throughout 4 years of playing. But obviously the high would be the 2024 state championship that you and your fellow Eagles won in the Class 4A softball. Talk about what it was like to be on that ride and end up with a state title.
It was amazing. I think we all kind of knew once we got there, okay, like we can do this. But just experiencing that, like looking into the stands and seeing literally the whole town of Weatherford, was something that like I will never forget, and it still like doesn't feel real for me. Um, I like look back on pictures and videos. Me and Marley will send pictures and videos back and forth to each other. And it still feels like a fever dream to me. But it was just amazing seeing all the Weatherford community there supporting you.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was such a wonderful experience that not many people get to experience. So
No, that is
yeah.
true. And you guys fell just short this season. You go into Tuttle for regionals.
Mhm.
You get a win against them. Then you have to go back the next day and play two. And unfortunately, just couldn't get past the hump there on the road. But you
Mhm.
put together just a whale of a senior season, and you really were the catalyst on the offensive side for the Lady Eagles. But beyond that, you made the position change,
Yes.
catcher predominantly mostly through your high school career, and then next thing you know, I'm seeing you lined up there on the hot corner at third
Yes.
base.
Yes. It was I talked to Coach Morris about that a little bit. Me and him had a lot of talks this season. Just because I feel like me and him we have that relationship now where I can, give suggestions and he can listen. So we talked about it and then he didn't even tell me he was putting me there. I think it was against Clinton. And he put me there one game and then I pretty much stayed there the rest of the season, which I had so much fun playing third. I think it was something different for me because I've caught for 3 years. So it was something different, and I really did enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, and then also, I'm sure that's a move that Coach Rick Morris, head coach of the Weatherford Lady Eagle softball team,
Mhm.
would not have made had he not felt like there was a capable
Yeah.
replacement behind the plate for you.
Yes.
And it was
Yeah.
Skylar Calkins, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, and she did a
Yeah.
fine job there, and then it was nice to have you out there in the field.
Yeah.
So at Southern Nazarene, you've played the hot corner in
Mhm.
Class 4A, and then on your travel team. I'm assuming you're going to go to Southern Nazarene and just kind of be a plug and play player wherever they need you.
Yes. My class went on our official visit. We did a little practice, and he had me everywhere from third, short, second, and even in the outfield. So I'll pretty much play wherever he needs me. I think that's what makes me such a good player is I can pretty much play anywhere you need me to.
Yeah,
And I can if I don't know how to play it, I can learn pretty quickly.
yeah.
So
Well, and I would assume that your mom and dad, Amber and Joe, probably glad to know that really it's just 45-minute drive to
yes,
go see you at home.
yes.
But you'll also have some GAC
Mhm.
trips into Arkansas. Talk about what you're looking forward to in your freshman year at Southern Nazarene.
I'm looking forward to I think meeting new people, but also kind of learning how they do things, learning how I'm up there a lot already, but just kind of seeing how the girls do everything and how they just carry themselves.
Yeah. Senior night for Weatherford softball
Mhm.
was kind of emotional. I could tell. Your twin
Yes.
sister Camry injured before the season. She would have been
Mhm.
right there with you out on the field had she not become injured. Talk about what it felt like to have your twin sister not be able to perform with you this season for Weatherford softball.
I think this year especially it hit hard. Obviously because it's our last year ever touching a field together. So I think that played a big part into it. Never being able to step on a field with her again, but I think her being able to throw that first pitch was really, really special. We didn't tell my grandparents. My parents knew, but we didn't tell our grandparents. So I think they were pretty emotional. But
Yeah.
it's rough when you've played with her your whole life, and an injury gets in the way of that.
For sure. We're visiting with Kaitlyn Bryant, a recent Southern Nazarene University softball signee and also state champion award winner with Weatherford Eagle Softball and a 4-year player there for Coach Rick Morris and the Lady Eagles. Uh, Highest high point other than the state title game for you as a career with Weatherford Softball?
It's hard. it's hard to beat that one. But I think one that also sticks out is our rivalry against Elk City.
Yeah,
Beating them at Elk City is always a huge high for me. There's always so many people there. I have friends on that team, and I think those 3 years that we did beat them, it's beating them at their home field has definitely been
yeah,
another high.
for sure. Lowest low during your time with Weatherford softball.
I went through a shoulder injury. It would be going into my sophomore year. So I had shoulder surgery July before sophomore season. And we just had to, they went in and scoped it. So I was back in, I think, 6 weeks. But um, it was hard beginning of the season, just sitting on a bucket, feeling useless because you can't do anything. And that's hard for me to do. That's very hard for me to do. So that definitely kind of was a low, but also motivated me
Yeah.
to get out there quicker.
So, and I think that's typical of athletes, just that feeling of
Yeah.
not being able to get out there and perform and do your
Yes.
best. It's always a situation that makes the recovery
Hmm.
difficult. Favorite teacher at Weatherford High School, all grade.
I've had a couple. Miss Ard has definitely been one. She was my Make an Impact. Um, and then my first grade teacher, Miss Zare. I
Okay.
think she moved to Texas. She's someone that I always like when people are like, "Who's your favorite teacher?" She's
Mhm.
one of them. Um, Coach Morris has been a good one. Coach Schamberg,
Yeah.
Coach Cron, that's one of our
Yeah.
assistants.
Yeah. Hannah.
Um, I really like her. Me and her we have really deep talks.
Okay.
So yeah,
Well, good deal. And
yes.
just something about Weatherford. I know you won't be that far away, but something about Weatherford on the daily that you will miss.
I think just being with my family and all of my
Mhm.
friends. I think it's really bittersweet. In senior year, like knowing you're all going to go different ways.
Yeah.
So that's something I'll definitely miss, and just seeing like all my high school friends every day, because
Yep.
I'm so used to seeing them every single day. So, and it's a lot of people that have went to Weatherford their whole life too. So,
For sure. Generational Weatherford kids, and always fun to see the fellowship that you all have with each other.
mhm,
And really, I've been very fortunate to be privy to 4 seasons of it in total with all sports for Weatherford.
mhm.
But it is a lot of fun. And then also better softball commentator, Jake Mills or me.
That's a hard one.
He got to call the championship, so we'll
Yes.
default to him. How
I
about
go
that?
back and watch that so many times, and he gets so hyped.
He did. He did. He did an
Yes,
awesome job that season as
he did
well.
an
So,
awesome job.
but anyways, well, and I don't want to ask you your favorite player that you played
Mhm.
with during your time, but who you mentioned Marley. Who's a player
Yes.
that you stay in closest contact with that can't be your twin sister?
I Marley or Joss. Me and Marley just had that connection, pitcher and catcher. I think that's important to have that friendship there. She's definitely one that I miss so much this year.
Yeah.
But also Joss. I've played with her since seventh grade. Me and her are best friends, and
Yeah.
so she is one that it's going to be hard to leave.
Josh Schultz, the
Yes.
outfielder and cleanup hitter, a lot of times for Weatherford
Mhm.
softball. And so, well, I tell you, I just I wish the best for you, kid.
Thank
I'll
you.
be selfish and say that I wish you were going to be in SWASU blue, but I understand wanting to get to the city a bit, and
Mhm.
then kind of a flux situation also with some things with SWASU. But totally wish you a lot of success
Thank
at
you.
Southern Nazarene, even though they're the school that I detested when I was in college. So it's hard for me to. I'm coming around, Kate, but it's one of those things that I try. But
Mhm.
we do wish you the best, and congratulations on your signing and playing
Thank
softball at
you.
the next level.
Thank
And I
you.
know it's going to be a lot of work, but I know you're the type of kid that will, type of young lady who will get out there and make it happen. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
She's Kaitlyn Bryant with Weatherford Softball. Still, we're going to claim her until she walks across that stage and gets her diploma. And Weatherford Softball standout, Kaitlyn Bryant, and future Southern Nazarene Softball. And we know we'll be a standout there at the campus in Bethany. So thank you, Kaitlyn Bryant, for visiting
Thank
with
you.
us. This
Thank you
has
for having
been,
me.
oh, no problem. This has been Western Oklahoma Sports Night. I'm Chuck Ramsey, the Lawdog. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure and follow us on Facebook, Twitter X, and YouTube at Lawdog Sports. You can see this interview and more on our platforms. Check those out. Be safe out there. Don't text and drive, and sure don't drink and drive. And we'll talk to you real soon.